a writer and enjoying language and writing, and have a sense that this is something I'm going to do as an adult? And how did you sort of go that route?
This is, when I was 8, my mom had this massive, 3-ton laptop computer that to me was just amazing. It was this newest technology, and in order to be allowed to touch it, I had to write on it. I couldn't, play Minesweeper. And so I loved the way certain words looked on the page, and I loved the word goat. And so I wrote a short story about a goat, and it was a very, very short story. It was like a paragraph. And I wrote it, and I went to my mother, and I was 8. We were living in Cyprus at the time, and she was cooking dinner in the kitchen, and I said, I think I'm going to be a writer. And she said, okay, that's good for you. That's nice, And it was a joke at the time, and it was, this cutesy moment, but there has never been a different plan since. So I played at writing at a very young age, but I loved the concept of storytelling even then, and I would tell myself stories, which is a sad and lonely thing. I was a small and lonely child. I would, and I started writing seriously in college, with a real appreciation for language and what you can do with it, and craft and structure stuff.
You said that you like writing about human stories, and so I just finished reading a short story of yours called The Laugh.
Oh, thank you.
And so that had hyenas in it, and this book clearly has a tiger in it, being the tiger's wife. So was that like a coincidence, you think? Like integrating animals into your stories, or?
I think so. I think that it's animals in my fiction. There are a lot of animals in my fiction, and it all goes back to that goat. No, there was a goat in the first one, and I think that somebody asked me this and said, how do you think the animals work in your writing, and what do they do? And I was like, I don't know. And then I thought about it for a long time, and I think that what ends up happening is it's none of the animals that are in my fiction, and I've taken a while to figure this out, sort of post-writing, are appear where they're supposed to be. Like, this tiger is not supposed to be roaming the Balkan countryside, and there's a scene with an elephant here. There's also not supposed to be walking through the streets of a ruined city, and those hyenas are not supposed to be in the house. And I think that it acts, it's a basic man versus nature kind of conflict, but at the same time, I think that the animal in all of my writing is thrown in as like a rock, and then the characters have to navigate around it. Like, it reroutes the character and their reactions. So that's the only explanation that I've come up with outside of, once there was a goat. So, thank you. I guess I'll take one more question. I don't know how we're doing on, how are we doing on time?
I promise this is a short one.
Okay.
What year did you leave Yugoslavia?
1992, which was, we left just as things were starting, and we had the tremendous fortune to leave before they got too bad. We were a mixed family, and for a lot of mixed families, it was for everybody it was rough, but so we managed to avoid a lot of it. So, thank you. I guess that, David. I guess that's it. I don't know if I don't know how I think that we've run out of time. But thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for listening. I'm really honored to be here, and thank you. And I will be signing books that way.
This is version of coming of age story.